We have Darnell Nurse here today, so we'll right into the questions. Perhaps just a general one to start off, Darnell. Where are you? How are you doing? And how are you spending your time during this NHL pause?
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. I haven't figured out how to use Zoom, so on the go. Been spending my time in Edmonton so far. Wake up every morning, take the dog out for a walk, throw the ball in the backyard, and then you just stay home all day unless you go in the grocery store. I've been cooking a lot. You find different ways to exercise when you're in this type of environment. So whether it's running or I got some dumbbells that I go out in the backyard, and there's all different ways. We're just trying to stay home, stay safe. But yeah, cooking, and I have a DJ set. I've been messing around with that a little bit, and a lot of movies, a lot of Tiger King, like I'm sure everyone else on this call has been watching.
One question that seems to be the follow-up to most of these questions: the name, the age, and the breed of your dog that you're spending all this time with.
Yeah, Aria, she's a 9-month, 80-pound Doberman. So Lord knows how big she's gonna get. But she's got all the energy in the world, so it keeps me on my toes.
Excellent question from Quinn Phillips from Global TV. Was it hard not to think of what could have been this weekend? There was a huge Battle of Alberta to wrap up the season with the potential, but even playing them in the playoffs, was it hard not to think about that over the weekend?
Yeah, you think about it. You think about every game, not just the one at the end of the year, not just what point we could have been at this date here if everything had played along. But the one thing with this virus, it puts a real big reality check for you as a player, as a human being, as a person. You're worried about not just yourself, you're worried about your family and keeping everyone safe. So yeah, there's a lot of thought that obviously what it would have been like to play that last game, and where would we have been at this point. But at the same token, you just look around and see the world how it is.
Joshua Clipperton from Canadian Press. What was the night of March 11th, that last game against Winnipeg, like, and what was the next day like when you found out that the season was on pause?
Well, yeah, that game, obviously, you're playing the game, you're not really thinking much about it. There's a little chatter before the game about what's going on. I think the NBA ended up postponing their season midway through the game. So then after the game, you get a real sense of, obviously, if NBA teams aren't playing, and we share with 12 or however many arenas, we travel to the same city, stay in the same hotels. It's hard for them to shut down and for us to justify being out there on the ice and putting our fans in the same environment. So it was a tough night, tough day, obviously, because you're so invested in it at that point. You're playing every other day. You're kind of just in autopilot, and all of a sudden, someone turns the car off. It's very, very weird. I think everyone that was at the arena, everyone that was trying to figure everything out, like, you couldn't even go to the arena the next day. All the arenas were shut down because you didn't know what was going on. So, and a lot of that's still going on now. There's so much uncertainty still.
A question from Jim Matheson from Post Media. Darnell, you're the Oilers player rep with the NHLPA. What have the players decided to do with their final paychecks that are due mid-April? Has the PA decided to let owners keep the final checks to soften the blow of escrow down the road, or have players decided to take the final paychecks and put money in the bank, worry about making the revenue shortfall because of the NHL stoppage down the road? Sorry for the long question.
That'd be a fun one to answer. But I'm not going to. I think there's a lot of things that are in play. A lot of things that it's easy to look around the league and say, these guys make a lot of money. But there's a lot of different decisions that have to go into it for each guy personally. I know you go around the league, and I don't think you could put 5 guys in a row you go around the league, and the biggest thing for us is you want consensus. We play against each other each and every night. We're competitors. But at a time like this, there's so much uncertainty. We're a team. Everyone's working together. So you gotta take into account everyone's situation, not just one guy's situation or your own personal situation. You gotta take in everyone's, and that'll come into play when that decision is made. But there's still a lot of factors being discussed.
Well, what do you think of the idea that's been put out there about playing some regular season games or playoff games in a place like North Dakota, because they have a beautiful rink, and also it's one of the states that doesn't seem to have been hit hard with the coronavirus so far?
Yeah, obviously that's it's kind of conflicting because as players, I mean, this is our job. All we want to do is play. I played in front of no fans, and in a heartbeat, if someone told me you keep playing, but at the same time, we have a very loyal fan base who comes out and supports us each and every night, who's been hungry for us to be in the position that we've been in for a long time, and you want to reward them by being able to play in front of them, and that's that's kind of the conflict. Obviously, you want to play in front of your own fans, but like I said, this is what we do for a living. So you put the puck on the ice, and I'm sure no matter where it is, it'll bring out the best in everyone.
A question from Ryan Rashaga at TSN. How has your leadership role in the dressing room grown over the past 2 years?
Yeah, it's become bigger and bigger. I think the biggest thing when you talk about a leadership role, and I've always believed that is I always want to walk before you talk. That's it's hard to say anything or get a point across if you're not doing your job out there, and that's not just that comes in all aspects of the game. It's not one thing or another, but that's always been my biggest thing. And as my game continues to grow, I feel I've had more confidence to be a more vocal leader, be a more a guy that's trying to bring life when it's needed, trying to bring a message when it's needed. And we have a great leadership group, a great group of guys who've been a good mix of guys that have been around the league for a while. We have some of the top players in the league that bring each every day. So it's been fun for me to take some stuff away from guys, as well as become more and more vocal and try to bring each other in.
A question from Mark Spector, Sportsnet.ca. As a guy who's been around for a while, can you describe what has changed since Ken Holland arrived? Is there a different vibe around the team?
Yeah, there's a different vibe. Obviously that's Kenny. That's the staff he brought in, Tip and Jimmy, and obviously Gully's been around for a while. Wise, Schwartzy, these guys each and every night. JC, our video coach, these guys each and every night or each and every day, whether it's practice, games, they keep us engaged. They keep us learning and on our toes. And it's really just a great group for the group of players that we have. We really respond well to the coaches and their messages and how they present it to us. And there's some great teachers who invest so much time into not only our team game but each guy individually, and they know how to talk to each guy individually, and that's huge. That's a big testament to Kenny and who he's able to bring in.
Question from Tim Campbell, NHL.com. What have been the challenges for you as far as maintaining fitness and working out?
Working out's never been for me. I love working out. So if you take the game away or a gym away, I'll still find a way to do it one way or another. So that's one thing I do love. I do love working out. So there's been challenges, but I mean the backyard becomes your best friend. Power block weights become your best friend, and and a couple of runs with the dog. So we're both working on our cardio, me and Arya.
Another question from Tim Campbell, NHL.com. Your sister Kia was in Australia, won a championship in early March. Have you been in touch with her, and has she made it back home?
Yeah, we talk each and every day. I think when she came back to Canada, that would have been the end of February, beginning of March, right when everything was kind of starting to kick off and everyone was starting to see the severity of what was going on in the world. And she got back just in time, and we're all very grateful for her. She's at my parents' place, and we FaceTime each and every day, catch up and tell whatever new stories going on, whatever new show there is to watch.
I'll go back. Another question from Jim Matheson from Post Media. Can you talk about how you got through that first full NHL season as a defenseman, the ups and downs, and looking at your D partner Ethan Cope-Bear, how he has coped with all the same types of trials and tribulations over his first season.
Yeah, Bears is obviously started. Bears have been great all year. Stepped in, big role to play, and knocked it out of the park. And that's what you hear stories like that and guys like that who were so hungry coming into camp and then solidify a spot. And he's an everyday NHL defenseman who's effective each and every night. You want to keep playing for guys like that, and all of us, we want to keep playing. But for me, first year, like you said, there's ups and downs. Our team wasn't. When you're not playing on a great defensive team and you're trying to learn the way in the NHL, it's tough. I mean, that's the reality of it. But there's ups and downs. There's high moments, there's low moments, and that year I had Jim Johnson and Tom McClellan and Woody, and they were awesome. They helped me out so much. They whether I had a question or you're going through those stretches, playing good or you're down on yourself, they always found a way to keep me going. And obviously I'm a really motivated guy, but the three of them, they helped me out a ton. And it's easy, especially your rookie year. It's easy to get in your own head. I mean, you grow up in the world of social media where we can see as a player, especially a younger guy coming into the league, and you're so used to being on Twitter, Instagram. You see everything that everyone's saying about you, and it's easy when you're in a hockey market to get on yourself. So that's one of the lessons that I got to learn my first year. And I think guys that our first year D-men this year, you see Jonesy too, like these guys have been great, and just try to help out where I can.
Thank you very much, Darnell. Thanks for spending time with us, and all the best. Stay safe.
Thank you. Stay safe, everyone.